Hey, I just wanted to make a quick video of some issues I was having. So this is the one of the new DeWalt power washers where it has the electric start, and then if it senses the water flow stopped, it turns off, then it can turn back on. So I had a problem with it only running about a minute. When I'd start, it would run great, and then it would die. Start up, it wouldn't run too long, and then if you let it sit for an hour, it would start, run for a minute, not work. So what I found out, it has to do with the ventilation system on the fuel tank. So my understanding is that this cap doesn't actually vent at all. The seals on it are pretty thick, and it's pretty tough to turn, and I didn't see any vent. So what I thought was happening was the carburetor was getting starved of fuel. So here's how I tested it. After it would stop, after about a minute, I immediately shut the fuel off, and then I dropped the fuel bowl, and I noticed there really wasn't much fuel in it. So I tested the needle, so I left the bowl dropped, and then turned the fuel back on, played with the float, and then when the float was down, so there's no fuel in the bowl, it was flowing fine. All right, so then I started to look. Here's this vent system. It goes around here, and then it goes into this box. Then this box has one part at the bottom that vents to the atmosphere, and then another part that goes to the air box. So what I thought then, and turned out to be right, there was a clog in that system. I believe that once the motor's going, it starts a vacuum or pulse, and then it opens a switch here, and then it allows the tank to vent. So what I did was, I didn't take the box off at the bottom. I took the hose off here. I blew into the tank. And the reason I blew in was because air has to come into the tank while it's venting. And blowing on here was extremely difficult at first, and then it kind of popped. And then after that, it was fine. So what I believe happened was maybe this got sticky from old fuel. I actually bought this unit used, non-running. And that's what I think happened. And then through here, I sucked to make sure that air was coming through, because I was looking at which way the valves go. So of course this is venting into the tank, so that way fuel can flow into the carburetor. So I hope that helps if you have a problem where this is stalling out after a minute. And then of course, check the oil. This has a low oil sensor. Another thing I thought it might be, but then I thought probably not, could be like one of the sensors. So this does sense flow, and if it doesn't sense flow, it turns the motor off. I've never used it with a battery, so I wasn't sure. I don't have a battery. I have a charger, but I'm not going to spend $140 on a battery on a motor that starts in the first pull. So anyways, so I didn't disconnect these at all to test, because it was that vent from the fuel. So I hope that helps somebody. It's an awesome unit. A little frustrating because I've never seen a vent system like this. Then again, most of my equipment is older, and most of the stuff I buy used, broken, and repair. But that's been my experience, so hope that helps. Thanks, and if you like, give a thumbs up and subscribe.